Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another interview when we talk to one of our great owners about their thoughts and experiences. And today we're going to talk to Anita Hajek about her thoughts and her office and her home, because she's going to share all of that with our industry at the beginning of August, I believe it is, when we do cross-country C.O.R.E training in her city, Castro Valley, California. So what is cross-country C.O.R.E training? It is basically sweeping away the core of your problems at your cleaning service, and that is getting a house cleaned perfectly every single time, which is the critical link between where you are now and where you eventually want to be. It is for a repeat client model. We are showing you how to clean a repeat client's home perfectly every single time, touching every single thing in an efficiency that allows you to make a profit. That is the issue with the repeat client, is making a profit. 800 square feet per hour for a home, 2,800 square feet or larger, or 700 for something under 2,400 square feet. It is a condensed version of Hill Country Harvest. For any of you who have followed the seminars that I do, is the employee portion only. It's a maximum of 10 attendees because it's very hands-on. You will clean, you will coach, you will be coached, and we will teach you how to pass it on to your cleaners. So it's 10 attendees per city. The 3 cities are July 22nd and 23rd, Elmhurst, Illinois, July 29th and 30th, Summit, New Jersey, the 2 owners I interviewed last week. And today we have Anita Hajek, August 5th and 6th in Castro Valley, California. So welcome, Anita. Thank you so much for opening up your heart, your home, your office to us. It's amazing. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I guess most of the listeners have already seen me before, but I live in Castro Valley, and I've been in business for about 4 years now. We're at 173 clients as of today, this morning. 9 full-time cleaners, and each team is a team of 3, so we have 3 teams of 3, 3 company vehicles. We pay by the hour. We've hired our field manager about 2.5 months ago, so her and I are the ones in the office, although she's not in the office very much. She's doing a lot of training and stuff on the field. And my hours have gone down by about 5 hours or so, so I get to spend an extra 5 hours with my family now.
Well, she did a nice cover there that was supposed to say 30 to 35 hours per week. Someday Anita will work 5 hours per week. I know that. I see it coming. But nice job, Anita. I'm really glad to see that. So when were you first introduced to C.O.R.E training, the C.O.R.E training DVDs and the C.O.R.E training process?
September of last year.
Oh, so it wasn't Hill Country Harvest. Okay. How did you train before you came there and you learned this process and got the DVDs?
How did we train? Well, we required the people come in with cleaning skills, and then we would just watch over them and pinpoint what they did wrong, and that's pretty much it. There was really no set training, so that was a.
Did you only hire experienced people, Anita?
Right.
Ah, okay. You have a good market if you could find experienced people, I have to say that. Okay.
Well,
so
yeah.
Okay. Now you don't care if they're experienced or not?
No, as long as they are willing to learn, as long as they're responsible, as reliable, and want to learn, they can learn it.
Good. Okay. So let's talk about the old system versus the new system that you started a year ago. How long did it used to take you to train somebody to know the area, not necessarily dealing with getting up to the speed, but having good quality and knowing how to clean a home? How long did that used to take for a person?
About 2 weeks, 3.
Okay, and how long does it take now? We have a little feedback, Anita. I'm not sure why. Okay, and how long does it take now?
Right now, about a week.
A week. Okay, so it hasn't decreased. Is it decreased it by about a week, you think?
Definitely.
Now, in the old days before C.O.R.E, were you training all 3 areas or just one area?
Usually 2 areas. Because we were a team of 2, each had to know either in a kitchen and so that was taking a longer time. That's part of it. But another huge part of it is because we didn't have a set training. I mean, there was no rules, there was no training program for them.
Okay. So are you having them only start in the bathrooms now? Is that what you're doing?
Depending on what we need for that, sometimes we do have them start at kitchen. Sometimes we have some of our employees have actually, at first, they were thinking about, oh, do we really have to do the bathrooms? And they fell in love with those bathrooms. And when we bring a new person, they're like, well, I want to stay and do the bathrooms. So then we train the new person in the kitchen.
Okay, cool. And that makes sense. You have 3-people teams, so you're still only training one area, though. Okay, cool. And that you're right, that would cut down the amount of training time a bit. In the old system that you had, how long did it take for them to have good quality, perfect quality, was that possible, and how long is it taking now to get their quality to where it needs to be?
It took a while before. Sometimes they wouldn't pass the training. I mean, 2 to 3 weeks, and they just wouldn't go any further, and that's because we didn't have set expectations or set training for them. So, I mean, a lot of them, they didn't make it. Now, after about a week, they know their stuff, so they might not be as up to speed as the other individuals are, but it's just a matter of a few weeks and they'll be up to speed just like them. So now people know what they need to learn. We know how to teach them and what to teach them. It's just expectations are there, and it's just so much easier on everyone.
Good. Do you think it's having any impact on the longevity of your cleaners? I mean, you've been using it for a year now. Do you think your cleaners are staying longer since you started this process, since you came to the classes, or has that had no impact on longevity?
Well, for me, it's hard to say. I think it's about the same. Some people are unexperienced and they are willing to learn. I find that people with experience sometimes will come in and they will think that there are too many expectations, and some people are not ready for change. So I would say we're about around the same. Now we hire people that don't have experience and they seem to adapt a lot quicker versus people that have been cleaning their own way for 15 years and now they have to change. So it's hard to say.
Well, actually, my question, that's a good answer, but I think my question is more like, do you think people are staying with your company longer? In other words, did they used to leave you faster? Gosa made the comment when we interviewed her that she feels it has had a positive impact on her longevity, and she wished she could call some of her people back that she thinks she would have saved that she lost had she known what she was doing.
Yeah, I think so. I think that even the employees that have been with us for a while, they see more of a future now that we have some training in place, and especially those team leaders out there, they now, when a field manager goes and trains them and hands that person onto their group, it's so much easier on them because there isn't my way or your way. There's just one way of having things done.
Well, that's a very nice segue into my next question, which is, do your cleaners follow the process exactly?
Yes. At least whenever we show, they didn't always, but once we started to enforcing it and showing up and just being really super strict about it, they know that's the only way they know.
Okay, very good, very good. And it is, I It is a good process. It is. So what's the outcome? I forget. How many clients were you at last September? And we know you're at 173 today.
We were at 105.
105 last September. So you've gained 70 in how many months is that? 7, 8, I guess. So you're running very strong.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes. Well, very good. Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions before you leave us, Anita. Well, and here's the first one. Can you rank these cleaning tools in the order of importance to you? Like, if you could only keep one of the tools, which one would you keep?
I would keep an apron.
Okay. And what would you keep second?
A feather duster.
Okay. And then order the other 3.
I would say tile brush, whisk broom, and then the razor blade scraper.
Okay. Very good. Are you happy with all the tools? Do you use them all?
Yes, all of them.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to go back just a little bit more to talk a little bit more about cross-country training. Again, it's in 3 cities. The venue in the cities will be the same, and this is where we are so fortunate to have people like Anita who are willing to just open up their place to us. But on Friday night, you will get to see her office. I'm not sure if we'll spend the entire evening there, but you will get to see an operating office that has a field manager and how it's set up. 167 customers now brings you to the level where you can't be in your home anymore. You have to have an office, which is great. That evening, we're going to talk about selling and keeping the repeat client. There is a certain way a way that helps to sell the repeat client that keeps them for a long time. That I'm going to share with you. We're going to talk a tad bit about recruiting, interviewing, and hiring, because obviously that's the hot topic right now, is how do we find these people. Orientation, that keeps them there, and tools, tricks, and teams. Then we will adjourn at 8 o'clock. We will have dinner scheduled somewhere. It will be, that's treats, but we will all go together someplace if you want to continue our networking. Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, we will reconvene. We're going to watch all 5 modules of the C.O.R.E training tape the way you would show them to your people. We will watch them, then we will go clean and coach. We will split the group in half. 5 will go with Anita, who will by this time is a skilled and trained C.O.R.E trainer in the way I want it done. And I will take the other half, and we will watch the person cleaning and watch the person watching them train that's supposed to be coaching them, and show them both how to do this. That's going to take the bulk of the day. But besides that, we're going to talk about keeping this all in place. Once you've taught everybody, like Anita said, you still have to go back out there once in a while and tweak this and make sure they're using it. We're going to talk about leadership versus management, one-on-ones that keeps it in place, staff meetings, performance reviews, and then the biggest subject of all in our industry right now, which is hope, which keeps them coming back day after day after day, and how to do that. But that will be a small portion of the second day. It is basically about how to clean up house perfectly every single time and teach your cleaners how to do that. And then the rest of this just kind of falls in place because that's what we sell. So what is included in this package? Everything on the website dealing with employees and training. $1,432 when you put it all in your shopping cart. It's C.O.R.E training DVDs in English and Spanish, 5 employee support DVDs, 8 online seminars for owners, managers, supervisors, and cleaners, all the forms managed performance appraisals, 2 aprons, the whisk broom, everything you need to get started. How much is it? $899 if you buy it before June 26th, which is amazing in itself, even if you didn't get the seminar. But on top of that, you get Friday night and all-day Saturday seminar. And by the way, we will serve you light breakfast and lunch on Saturday. If you can't afford this, I really want everybody to be able to do this, because if you look at what happened to Anita, I mean, your life is just you work less hours, you get more customers, everything falls in place so much better. It's not the nightmare to run that it is before you have a process of training your people to do perfectly what they're supposed to do. This is what you sell. So we do have a payment plan. You'll still save $100 as long as you do it before June 26th. It's $399 down and $75 per week for 8 weeks. Go to successmadeeasy.com, click on Business in a Box, then click on Cross Country Core Training, and it will get you a detailed agenda of everything that happens by the hour, Friday night and Saturday, and then all the things that are included. So I want to go back to Anita now that she sees what's in this package, because I don't even know if she's seen this. Oops, I had the other two people in there too. But Anita, and ask you, what are the 3 major reasons that you think somebody should attend this training session in your city?
First and foremost, if you want to grow your business, then this is a must. You've got to have a system in place that can be repeated and repeated easily. Second, I would say learn things that you thought you knew, but you really didn't. And that's me. And it's great to see others that have been in your shoes. And so that's a perfect way to, instead of going to just a class where everyone's doing the same thing, you're actually seeing someone that has once been there. So you're seeing us, the business owners, you're seeing our office, you're seeing how do we do things, how our office is set up, and all kinds of stuff. So it's just a great way to network and to actually see things.
Perfect. Thank you. I do think the hands-on is very important, and I do think the smallness of the group is key, because if we taught this in a large group of 80 or 90, you would probably still take it home, core, put it up on a shelf like many people who own it have done, and not utilize it. But once you actually get there and do it yourself, it's a totally different ballgame. So Anita, I'm sure, is willing to take phone calls and emails. So this is her email address and her phone number. Is that okay, Anita?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We hope to see you in either New Jersey or Illinois or California in the very near future. The first one in Chicago is in 5 weeks. So it's amazing how fast time flies. We will be in San Francisco, I think it's in 7 weeks or 8 weeks. So do take a look at this rapidly. Save yourself $100 and get it done before June 26th, and also get it done before all the seats are gone. I do already have 5 reservations. So get in there before you don't have an opportunity to, and thank you for taking the time. And Anita, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for taking the time.
Oh, you're welcome.
We'll see you next time.